Hello, hello, guys. It is Queen Jamila. Happy Thursday. I wanted to come and speak with you guys about signs that you have been cursed. What are the signs that you have been cursed? What are some of the signs? We're going to talk about it today. Welcome to the channel. If you're watching through the playback, welcome to the channel. Make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button. If you guys need a private reading or consultation, the link to my website is below. Hello, Samantha. Hello, good morning. Also to remind you, my summer prices are almost over, like on September the 1st. I've already posted the my prices that are going to take place on September 1st. If you guys want to take advantage of the sale for the summer, we're at the end of the summer. We're almost in fall. The link to my website is below. Okay. All right. So we're going to talk about signs that you've been cursed, hexed, crossed, whatever. And I did ask the spirits for guidance on this. Okay. So there's certain signs that you've been hexed. If you want to we'll look at signs that can come within yourself, and then signs that can come from the outside. Okay. So signs from within yourself and signs from outside sources that will show you that you've been cursed or you've been hexed. So looking at the outside first, okay, looking at the outside first, religious and political judgment, which by political, I mean the police or religious organizations and stuff like that. You can get harassment from these sources for some reason. One of the things that I've noticed about people being hexed is being harassed by the police. Believe it or not, getting tickets, getting parking tickets, and being treated unfairly. Okay. Another thing is your relationship. Okay. Relationships with people will turn sour. Now, I'm talking about relationships that were good previously. Okay. Like you may have like this amazing connection with somebody. I mean, you just love this person. You just want to be with this person all the time. You thinking about you making plans on what to do together. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, bam. Now, if you have a generational hex on you, then you will not get along with your parents. And this is something that's a little bit different, guys, because sometimes it's nothing that can be done about that. You just have to make sure that you're not affected by those relationships, because everybody has a choice. If you have a parent that insists on having a bad relationship with you, or they're just if it's something that you can't help, you just can't help. So don't sit around and think, oh man, I got a generational hex and my mama still don't like me. Well, your mama probably never did like you. So that, guys, once you've removed it from yourself and you love your children and your children love you, it's all good. Okay. So, that's kind of in the gray area when it comes to that. But I'm talking about relationships with romantic partners or either friends. Okay. But mainly romantic. Your relationship will go up and down. You'll have up and downs at your job. If you have your own business, you may end up blocked. Okay. If you've been cursed, like your money will be blocked, like there will be no, it'll just be like it done dried up. like the well done dried up or something. Okay. If you suspect that you've been cursed, you can come and get a consultation. Now, listen, there are many, many ways of removing curses. A lot of y'all will come to me and y'all don't necessarily have the money to remove it. Sometimes I will give you certain stuff that you can do. Like, I'll give you guys spells to do. I will. I'll give you things that you can do to, like, sometimes all it takes is writing down on a piece of paper that you're removing it. Okay. And then depends on, now I will tell you that with practitioners like myself, I can remove stuff quicker. Like, I've actually removed hexes on myself like within an hour. Okay. For example, like if I had a bill to pay and for some reason I didn't have the money to pay it. And I realized, okay, this hasn't worked. This hasn't worked. This has. Then I'll do a ritual, a hex removing, uncrossing ritual. And yeah, they do work. So another thing is all of a sudden, I feel like your partner will start cheating. Cheating partners is a sign of being hexed. And you know what the biggest thing that people hex these days? Relationships. People love to hex relationships. They love it. And I think that these days it's a lot worse than back in the day. It's a lot worse. People are doing it just in their sleep, because there's so much bitterness and hatred in this world. What's up, Dee Dee and Erica? Hey, Melvin. Hey, hit that thumbs up if y'all don't mind. Those are some of the things from the outside sources. Having it, I feel like there's certain signs that either you're going to pick up on or other people are going to pick up on. Okay. But it's mainly you. Internally, you may be sad. You may be sad. You may be angry. Like, you may wake up just on the wrong side of the bed. Now, there's some people that just always wake up on the wrong side of the bed. They're just like that. I think that that's still a sign of an underlying curse. Yeah. If you are a person that normally you get up, you face the day with positive energy, you do positive affirmations, and you're kind of still not getting ahead, that's a sign that you've been cursed. Okay. If you get up in the morning, and I think that it's gotta be for me, like if I notice something weird, like after a few days, then I'm doing something about it. Okay. But a lot of people will have no idea that they've been hexed. And that's the whole point, is so that the hex can go undetected. For me, I am a hex detector. If something is weird, like, I'm gonna know it, and like it'll be obvious that something's going on. Okay. But if you're somebody that's angry, sad, weight gain, weight gain, like all of a sudden you just gain a bunch of weight, like a lot of it, that can be a sign of being hexed. Not being able to focus. Okay. Having a lot of obstacles. Feeling like somebody is watching you. That's actually a sign. Oh my God, somebody's watching me. They're watching me. That's a sign that you've been hexed. Okay. Being fired from your job, which means that somebody must have put a very, very bad hex on you if you're being fired from your job. having to fight all the time, if you got to fight with everybody on everything. Yeah, I can actually answer questions. I sure can put them in the chat. I'll even throw free 2-card readings for you guys. If you want a full reading, you can go to the website. Okay. Um, anxiety, anxiety, anxiety. Okay. That is like a huge sign. Having anxiety when you leave your house, somebody done crossed you. It's a sign that your body or your mind or your spirit is giving you. Okay. Erica says somebody hexed the crap out of her. You've been having anxiety. Anxiety is not normal. You're not supposed to have anxiety. It's y'all. As soon as I feel any kind of anxiety, I'm getting it off of me. That's why I did that bottle spell last night. That's why I did that bottle spell. I don't know if y'all saw that wine and cork bottle spell that I did, and bottle. It's a witch's bottle and spell that I did last night. So, hey, Mosa, love life. Hello. Janie Kelly, you said, where am I at? I live in Georgia. I live in close to Atlanta in Georgia. Okay, so no anxiety. Good, 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 Samantha. Yes. Also, make sure that you guys are being very effective in writing your petitions and being very specific in writing your petitions if you're doing the work yourself. Like, for example, make sure that you put, I break this hex. This hex is destroyed. It no longer affects me. The effects are reversed immediately. And, on whatever it is. Okay. Okay. You say you have a feeling on who did it? Mm. Um, being very tired, being very tired, like not having any energy. Okay. Having obsessive thoughts. If you have obsessive thoughts, that is a sign that you have been hexed. If you're obsessively thinking about your enemies and, they doing something to you and, things, because to y'all today, y'all know I'm the queen of hate. Folks hate me. It just, I hate you, Jamila. I hate you. But I got more people that love me, obviously. So, so it can be a little bit more difficult, if somebody crossed me. So I deal with being crossed all the time, and so I know how to uncross myself. Okay. There's so many tricks of the trade to uncross yourself. Okay. You can use vinegar, you can use bleach, you can use candles. My go-to is candles. I love, love, love using my candle magic. I use it all the time. In fact, I'm headed up to the store to get some more candles today. So, Erica, come see me then if you're tired all the time, sweetie. Like, girl, how old are you? And see, I'm 42 and I got lots of energy. In fact, I'm about to get my butt up and go and take a walk. I haven't walked in a couple of days because I've been so busy with clients. So you're 41? Okay, well, we're the same age then, girl. You don't look a day over 16 in your picture. um, Drinking a lot of alcohol is a sign. Like if you just have to get dead drunk, like to the point where, that's a sign that you've been hexed. not enjoying life, just in general. Like if you're in a room with a bunch of people and you just feel lonely, you feel out of place. Being self conscious, being self conscious is a sign that you've been hexed. Like if you go just simply to the store and, people look at you and you're like, why them people looking at me? Why they looking at me like that? I don't understand what they want. Why they look? They might just be looking at you because they think you pretty. Or they could be looking at you because they may just be looking at you. But if you're paranoid about it, now also another thing, if you walk into a store and everybody looks at you like, ugh, and they all looking at you like, oh my God, now if people are smiling at you and you're feeling good and people are like, hey, how you doing? I like your hair color. Because the other day I went out, this guy was like, I like that blue hair color. I was like, thanks. And then, if people on the outside will give you signs if you've been hexed. They will, because they will either look at you like you crazy or they'll look at you like, like you cool, like you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying. um Not being able to focus is a big one. It's a big one, especially if you have your own business and you can't really focus on that business, like you're focused on other things, like your energy literally doesn't go towards what you need to do to manifest within your business. Okay, you say you've been drinking a lot, you scared now. Girl, don't get scared. Hit that thumbs up, chat. I appreciate it. Don't get scared, just do something about it. You said one of your tenants is a problem. Oh, you know what? That landlord tenant stuff is a trip. It is a trip, guys. And I've actually been wanting to talk about this. Landlords that do magic, landlords that try to keep you in your property. So thank you for bringing that up, because that's actually a very, very good point that I need to make. Some of y'all landlords have hexed you. Believe it or not, landlords and slumlords will do things like that, and you'll be feeling like you're stuck. So you literally, like, you know what I feel? I feel like unless you are an experienced practitioner and you have something like that going on, you have to actually, find somebody from the outside to pull you out of that. Because when a landlord does that, this, especially if they're very powerful, and you talking about moving in the middle of the winter, which is the hardest time for them to put somebody else in that property, then you know that you've been hexed. Especially if you're having a hard time. And you know what, guys, they're always talking about section 8 this, section 8 that, section 8 this, section 8 that. But if you are somebody that does have some kind of voucher or housing, and you have a slumlord, and we know that if they're doing things like that, the reason why they have to do things like that is because they're either very controlling, vindictive, or manipulative. And I've even, guys, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm dealing with a landlord that is very manipulative. He does stuff to manipulate, which makes no sense. And so whatever it is, if you have any sort of source to report that situation to, then do it. Because, sometimes your landlord can be hexing you to live in a death trap. I'm serious, y'all. So you got to do work on that situation, because, if you are living underneath somebody scummy like that, then it will start to affect you energetically. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Erica, if you think that your landlord is coming into your house when you've been gone, then probably they have been. Now, what's creepy is if they creeping in your house when you sleeping. That's why a lot of people set up security cameras. As if they creeping while you sleeping. Or they spirits could be creeping while you sleeping. Okay. A landlord is very important for you to check out. Before you move into somebody's house, throw your cards on them. I realized that with the most recent landlord that I have because he does not want me to move. In fact, every time I try to give my notice, he flips out. He starts sending me a bunch of bad energy. It's terrible. It's terrible. Mm. Hey, Manish Karki. Hello. Good morning. Yeah, man. And I feel like the way that you deal with that is spiritually as well as legally, though. Your landlord, on some level, they feel like they have some kind of powerful influence over you, and they really honestly can. So that's why it's important for y'all to do those spells that I be showing y'all. You can put your question in the chat, Manish. Mm-hmm. Changing the locks spiritually is a very, very powerful thing that you can do. Also, you know what? We got to go back to the drawing board. Remember when the old folks, before we got alarm systems and stuff like that, remember when they would put a chain lock on the door? Well, that chain is very symbolic of stuff not being able to get into your house. So putting a chain on the door, don't rent a house where the landlord has not already installed a chain. If you have good feelings about that landlord, or if you're in a desperate situation, do not make sure that you put chains. Install one. You can buy one for $5. Changing the locks is even better, but a lot of times the landlord will require to have a key. If it's a scandalous landlord, though, somebody that's scandalous, they don't need to have the key to the house that you're leasing. No, they don't if they a slumlord. So changing the locks can be very powerful. I feel like they need to move. I don't know why somebody would stay underneath somebody like that. So yeah. Um yeah, I would put chains on the door because it's symbolic of stuff not being able to get in to your house. And that is the truth. And that bottle spell that I did last night, that thing worked because when the candle was done burning, it served as a cork until I placed it with the original cork. You've been somewhere for 10 years that you hate, Erica? Wow. Wow. And you know what? Speaking on that landlord thing, just to let you guys know, some of you guys that are on housing assistance, which is nothing wrong with it, do not ever allow somebody to shame you for having housing assistance. People that are on housing assistance, it's required for you to have a job. A lot of people that have their house or their apartment through housing, they are required to work. So some of you that are not living with other people, because there's a lot of people out there that will shame you. Usually, if somebody is low-lifed enough to shame you for being on housing, it's usually because they live with other people. and they actually don't. So you actually have more than them. But y'all people that are on that, a lot of y'all, some of y'all pay 20 a month, some of y'all pay nothing a month. Some of y'all pay 500 a month. Some of y'all pay 600 a month. So it's important for you to understand that, you have just as much rights as anybody else. And we know that most of the time, if you are on housing, you done got yourself a slumlord, especially if they don't fix nothing. So if you are on housing and you have a landlord that is full of crap, that ain't fixing stuff, that doesn't care about the health and the safety of your family, because my landlord is so ignorant. He told me, he said, I'm not responsible for your health. I said, well, boo-boo, I don't have poor health. I don't have poor health. You know what I'm saying? If there's mold in the house from where you installed a toilet incorrectly and now there's mold on the ceiling, then you are responsible for my health, because mold, some people are allergic to mold. Yeah, that's horrible. So he knows that ever since he said that to me, I've just been like, ill. And he's a bully. My landlord is a bully. And you know what? I said years ago, not talking about my brothers, because there are some, black men that are good, that own houses, that rent houses out. But the only experiences that I've had with black male landlords has been negative. It's never ended in a positive situation, ever. And if you are on housing and your landlord is being a jerk and they won't fix nothing and they doing all kind of stuff, file them complaint inspections against them. Do what you got to do legally. You actually have a lot more power over slumlords when you are on housing, because you can file for a complaint inspection. Because clearly your landlord either can't afford to fix what's going on or they don't care. So I would get them where it counts. I've noticed here, I've noticed over here in Georgia, and I noticed that I've talked to a couple of people over here in Georgia. Um, you literally have to complain your way out. So if you are on housing and you feel stuck where you're at, use their complaint system. Those people down at housing, they love to file complaint inspections against landlords because they know how they are. As soon as you file that complaint inspection, you are on your way, baby. I'm telling you, you are not supposed to move into nobody's property and, lose your job. And so sometimes, man, hey, let me tell y'all something. People that get housing face some of the most obstacles with their landlord than anyone else. I'm telling you. Okay, cool. Thank you, Manish. I will get to your question in a minute. What's up, Erica? Hey. We got a YouTube celebrity in the chat. Let me give you a wrench. I have been enjoying your videos, okay? I've been enjoying them. You give great advice, for real, especially spiritual advice, well, which is life advice in my opinion. So, yeah, guys, use the systems that they have set forward for you, and you'll be fine. And just make sure that you either have gotten yourself to the point where you can get off of it, which I don't know why anybody would not want free money from the government. There's nothing wrong with getting free money from the government. Literally, the government will pay your rent. Nothing wrong with that. And y'all know that, and they'll say, "Oh, well, you're not all that because, well, you know what? People that are on housing and people that get assistance, they're usually working to get off of it. You see what I'm saying? They're usually working to get off of it. So why are you being so evil to me? It's because people want to take advantage of you. So don't be sleep on the landlord curses. You don't even have to be on housing for your landlord to try to keep you where you're at, or your landlord to say, well, I'm not allowing you to move. Wait a minute, my lease is up. I'm not allowing you to move, or either it'll be in your lease agreement that you can't move. You can only move during the summer months. So that's why the summers are usually crazy, because everybody is moving. And I feel that energy a lot over the summer. Like if you seriously, guys, I'm not joking with you. There are some lease stipulations to where your landlord will not let you move during the winter months. And, if you have something like that in your lease, that sucks, because what if you moved in the winter and, it's time for you to move? Like, I mean, it's a trip. It is a trip, especially if you're somebody like me. You moved into your property, but literally it's not big enough for your entire family. Then your family's going to start being affected. Everybody's going to start feeling cramped. It's a trip, you guys. So if you are a woman, do not ever move into a house that is smaller than your family composition. If you have 4 children, I don't care if they living with you or not, get you a house that is big enough for everybody, that is livable for everybody. Because, nobody should, So guys, yeah, I've been dealing with that with my landlord, and I've been very open about it because I believe that my landlord stalks my YouTube channel. I believe he trolls my YouTube channel. I'm just telling y'all what I believe, and I know, and I've confirmed it in the cards several times. Okay, so y'all need to understand that sometimes you have landlords that they just don't have the proper boundaries. Your landlord should not be doing spells and rituals on you. Period. Your landlord is supposed to get the rent every month. If you're on some sort of housing, he may get a bulk of the rent automatically. If they doing stuff like that, cut it off. File your complaints and then cut it off. Seriously, because it's some stuff that is a health and a safety concern. Okay. Anyway, moving past that, your boss can curse you. Your bosses at work, your co-workers. That person that you go and you have lunch with, and you're like casually mentioning, oh, I applied for a promotion. Yeah, it's paying like so much more money. And yeah, I think I really have a good chance of getting it. Oh my goodness. And yeah, they're thinking in the back of their head, I want that promotion too, but I don't qualify for it. So I'm going to go home and light this devil candle, and I'm going to put a hex on you. Because number one, I don't want you to ever think that you're better than me. And then maybe you won't want to have lunch with me. See, insecure people do that. Okay, some people, and let me tell you something, them hexes can work. Next thing you know, everybody at the job is against you. You feel like everybody talking about you. You didn't get the promotion because you told the wrong person. You didn't get it because you told your enemy. I keep telling y'all, don't tell your enemies about your good news. Tell your friends, tell the people that care about you. Okay? Don't tell your enemies your good news. Don't tell them your plans because all of a sudden, nothing is happening that is going according to your plan. Now, if you and you got to be able to tell the difference between your friends and your enemies. If you're going and you're telling your enemies what you're planning on doing, and then all of a sudden you can't move forward in those processes, then they may be hexing you. If you go and you tell somebody that is your friend, all of a sudden you're doing things that that are that flow into that. You're doing things that's going to help you manage that. But your enemies they just gonna blot all that out. They're gonna say, oh, really, you trying to do that? I'm gonna get rid of all of that. Okay, and that is their goal. That's why they don't stop talking about you. Okay, because they're trying to do work on you daily. Now I feel like this: if a person got to keep doing work daily, you really ain't got much power, for you to have to do this every single day. And then also there are psychic vampires. Please stop falling into the psychic vampire trap. I tell people that all the time. Don't be stupid. People will right into a psychic vampire's trap. This is somebody vampiring energy from you. Hello. And it ain't going to change. They're not going to be any different. You're not going to make them they're not going to turn you into a vampire, because if they do actually turn you into like that type of person that's down and out like that, then now you're sharing a curse. Now, let's talk about dealing with cursed individuals. Yeah, people that are under curses can curse you. Absolutely. Because just because you're sharing in the energy, it's the law of attraction thing. All of a sudden, things ain't moving forward for you. All of a sudden, you behind in your bills. All of a sudden. Now, if it's somebody that you care about, you can remove the curse from them. You can say, hey, I can see you got something on you. And, but I like you. So I'm just going to remove that. You can do that. You know what I'm saying? You can actually do that if you know what you're doing. I'm talking about if you're a practitioner. I've done that for a lot of my friends, but I don't have very many friends. I have one friend and that's it. So I don't have a whole lot of friends that I see like in person. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about y'all online. I'm cool with a lot of y'all online or whatever. I consider my clients to be friends. But I'm talking about a friend that is like close to you, that like comes to visit you. Because people, people got stuff on them. All right, Manish, I'll answer your question. Y'all want me to do some questions, some free questions? Okay, Manish says I gave my 11 you what? You took your Okay, your 11 board exam will Manish pass? Okay, and what grade? And which grade? Thank you, spirits. How is the exam graded? Because I'm seeing the number 646. 646. How is it graded? Hey, Melissa. How is the test graded, you guys? I'm seeing number 646 or either 364. You said which grade? So what, like, tell me what are the scoring? What's the scoring? Like how does it range? So first of all, I do see that you'll pass it. A, B, C. A, B, C. Either A, B, or C. Well, I feel like you're going to get an A on it because a lot of the cards that I'm seeing, but I feel as though you have some emotional stuff that's going on right now because the Four of Cups did come up. The Strength card can represent getting an A on it. I feel like you're going to ace it though, okay? You said you haven't done that. Why are you so sad though? You did get the Four of Cups. Why are you so sad about it though? All right, guys, I'm gonna continue these readings. I'll come back because I see that you guys have questions. So I will come back. Okay, I'll be right back. All right. I'll see y'all later. If you guys feel that you have been hexed, you can come and get a consultation. Okay, because I do hex removers. So if you guys need to reach me, the link to my website is below. And I'll see you guys later. Love and light.